What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Treasure Zone. Today I wanted to showcase how strong Tepig is as a closer in the Element Cup. I got so many recently from the Community Day, and I ended up getting lucky enough to pull the #1 IV for the Little Cup, so I had to try it out. And in case you're curious, the 100% IV for Tepig in Little Cup is 0 attack, 15 defense, and 11 stamina or health. Diving into the lineup now, we have Chimchar as the lead, equipped with Scratch, Flamethrower, and Flame Charge. Scratch is a very powerful fast attack that beats most matchups, especially if you don't mind using a shield to get the full farm down. Chimchar does rarely get to use the fast attacks, and if he does, they end up getting shielded, which is fine because Flame Charge will still give him a stat boost, but that's perfectly fine with us. Like I said, Scratch is the main move getting the job done. It usually ends up forcing the opponent to switch Pokemon, which is good for us, and if they aren't expecting it, Chimchar Scratch will do a lot more damage than they would like. The next Pokemon in our lineup will be Piplup, utilizing Bubble, which will take care of the fire Pokemon real fast, Drill Peck, and Icy Wind, which I've found out both of those attacks catch the opponent off guard. Nobody expects a Piplup to be able to deal that much damage while charging that fast. Piplup is also a very versatile Pokemon, which is why it fits great on this roster. With its 3 different type moves, it tends to be able to have something that can deal with whatever Pokemon it's faced with. Drill Peck is a powerhouse that will be able to deal either neutral or super effective damage to most Pokemon in this league, and Icy Wind is also helpful too to lower the attack and defense of the opponent Pokemon. Piplup is also a great setup for our Tepig because if it's doing damage, then the opponent will bring out a grass Pokemon to counter it, and that sets us up perfectly to bring in the star of the show, which is Tepig. Right now, Tepig is listed as number 35 in the Elemental Cup, but I feel like it's very underrated. Tepig is tanky as heck. He's able to take like 6 Bubble Beams, he's able to dish out a lot of damage with the Ember, and Body Slam is a very powerful neutral move that will be able to flip a lot of matchups. Ember is able to dish out a lot of damage as a fast attack, especially if they have a grass Pokemon. You will be able to fully farm down and save up 2 Body Slams. And Body Slam, as we know, is a great neutral move that's able to dish out a lot of damage and charges faster than most opponents' Pokemon. But enough introduction, let's jump straight into the battles. Our first opponent is going to throw out a Binacle, which is actually a very hard matchup for Chimchar. Binacle will be resisting the Scratch move, which is Chimchar's money move, right? It's basically the reason we're running Chimchar up front. So what I'm going to do here is charge up a little bit of energy. I can see that we're losing the matchup very fast, so I'm going to swap to Piplup to see if maybe we could bait the swap from the opponent, but instead they stay in, they're going to throw their energy. I'm going to protect it. Piplup isn't that tanky of a Pokemon, and I know between either Ancient Power or Cross Chop, it won't kill us, but it would do a good amount of damage that I don't want to take this early on. So we're going to overcharge here, try and fully farm down the Binacle. And now we have 2 charge moves full and ready to go. And as they throw in their next Pokemon, I'm going to throw the first Icy Wind as fast as possible to lower their attack and defense to try and get Piplup to survive a little longer. And they didn't shield it, so now here I'm going to go for a Drill Peck. But I'm assuming they will shield this one here. And they do use the shield. So now because our switch clock is not up yet, we're just going to let Piplup go down. And now our plan here is for Tepig to be able to come in last and sweep things up. Chimchar is going to be a better matchup against Ducklet with their energy loaded. So we're taking Chimchar off the bench and going to offer it redemption for the Binacle battle. The opponent's going to throw a Bubble Beam, which we will shield, but we'll be able to get off a Flame Charge as well, which will either take their last shield or take out the Ducklet, so that's great news for us either way. And it did force their last shield, which is beautiful, so now we're just going to let Chimchar try and do as much damage as possible before it goes down. So hopefully Tepig will be able to finish off the Ducklet before they get a charge move. They do get a charge move, but that's no real threat for us. Nothing that the Ducklet have will be able to one-shot us. See, they throw a Bubble Beam, which is super effective damage and still only does a 1/4 of the health bar. Now going to the last Pokemon, it is a Tepig versus Tepig matchup, so it's just going to come down to who has the better IV. We do have a lower health at the start of this mirror matchup, but because we had a Body Slam charged when they threw in the Tepig, I think we might be able to pull off the second charge move before they get there first. So now it's a race to the final body slam. Oh, and I don't know how, but we are able to get there first and throw it. That is 2 charge moves before they are able to throw 1. I guess a good IV really does matter. And thanks to Tepig for sweeping up at the end there. And let's jump into the last matchup of the video. I wanted to show you guys how powerful this team is even when it loses lead. So it's going to be Chimchar versus Slowpoke. Confusion will be able to chunk off a lot of damage from Chimchar, but Scratch will also be doing a lot of damage back to Slowpoke due to how fast it is. But as you can see, they are doing more damage to us than we are doing to them. And at this point, I don't know if it's worth it to use the swap clock to save a Chimchar with 1 health. So we're just going to let Chimchar go down and we're going to throw out our Piplup. We're going to shield it because I don't want Piplup to take a Psyshock. Even though it'll be neutral damage, it will do a lot of neutral damage. So we're just going to hard farm it down, and now Piplup has a charge attack ready as the Slowpoke faints. And we don't know either of the opponent's Pokemon yet, so this could either be real good or real bad. It's a Binacle, which isn't great news for us, but we're going to overcharge a little bit here, throw an Icy Wind to be able to knock down the attack and defense. And as you see, my alarm went off, and I missed nearly all of the energy balls on that charged attack. At least we still got the debuff. And Piplup will be able to charge fast enough to throw off a second Icy Wind. Pretty much the point of this team is for Piplup and Chimchar to get rid of the Pokemon that will be able to take out Tepig, and then Tepig comes in and takes out everything else. In this battle, we're going to hard farm down. They try to quick swap. I hit Drill Peck, but it doesn't register, and Piplup goes down. Now it's Tepig versus a Cottony. We're just going to hard farm this one and build up energy. Cottony is not an immediate threat to us. Ember will be able to farm it down real fast while charging up a lot of energy. We are going to go ahead and use our shield here, even though I know we could survive whatever this Cottony has for us. I don't want to take that damage, so that way we don't get farmed down before we could throw off these charge attacks. Now, coming into their last Pokemon, we throw the first Body Slam here, which they are going to end up using their last shield on, but that's fine with us. We have a second one charged and ready to take the win. Oh, but in a turn of events, they have a charge attack ready too, so now Tepig really has to hang on. And I don't know if he'll be able to survive an Ancient Power, but they send a Cross Chop and Tepig is able to tank it out with 1 HP, send off the second Body Slam for the win. And that's going to bring us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Help me break the algorithm by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until next time, go catch 'em all, trainers.